To get started on the first project, I'm going to open up a brand new Flash document, which you should know how to do by now. You'll notice that I have a blank stage, and again, the stage is the white box. I have my toolbar open. Again, if you don't see your toolbar, go to Window, Tools, and you can open that up. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to import a file. So in your folder, you should have seen something that said resource files or image files. And there was a list of different hand drawings that we're going to take into Flash and we're going to vector them. Of course, you are more than welcome to use your own drawings. In fact, I would suggest if you have some. So scan them in, put them in JPEG form, and now we're going to import them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to File, Import, to Stage. And right now Flash is going to run through your files and it's going to bring up a listing for you to choose from. I'm going to choose the Mad Scientist that you have in your folder, and they're just imported to my Flash stage. First thing, you'll notice that it's too big and it's also sideways. So I'm going to use my free transform tool to rotate it. I'm going to hold Shift so that I'll get perfect rotation. And I'm going to scale it down again, still holding Shift. So my Mad Scientist will fit on my stage. I'm going to go ahead and make him a little bit larger just so I can work with him. So we're going to start vectoring him out. In order to do that, I need to lock him down so that I don't accidentally move him or draw over him. And to do that, we're going to look at something called layers. If you look up at your timeline, we have something called Layer 1. If you double click on the word Layer 1, you can rename it. So I'm going to call it Scientist. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lock it. And now I can take whatever tools I want. So I'll take my eraser tool and I'll try to erase them and it'll come right back because this layer is locked. You'll also notice there's a little eyeball here and underneath there's a white dot. If I click on it, it will turn off the layer. I want to do a drawing, so I'm going to make a second layer, and so let's call it drawing. It's really helpful to name your layers as you go along. So now I can zoom in and start looking at certain parts. For example, his head. I need a circle, so I'm going to take my oval tool, hold Shift, drag it over, get it about the right size. You'll notice in my case I had a white stroke and a white fill, so it covers him up. Here would be a case where I might delete out the fill and then fill back in with the paint bucket later. But I'm going to get it to be about the right size and put it in the right position. And now I can start drawing the rest of it. So for example, I'll take the pencil tool, I'll set it for smooth or ink, and I can start drawing the hair. And so I'm going to just very carefully trace it out. And so I get something like this. And what's nice is, remember we talked about intersections. So I really don't need this piece of circle anymore. So I can select it and delete it. And now I can come with my paint bucket. And so if I want him to be a gray hair Mad Scientist, I can now fill that in with gray. If I want to add some light to it, I could take my pencil tool, maybe make a little wave like this, choose a lighter version of the gray, give it a little gray spot there, and delete it. And so what you're going to do is you're going to do the same thing as you're going to completely render these drawings. So whether you scan one in or use one of the ones I provided for you, you're going to redraw it using all the tools you know how to do. Good luck.